My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Okay, their PR team hate them. There's that. Daily Express, Prince William and Princess Kate to take America by storm with popularity set to soar. That was June 8th. Wait a second. That was a couple days ago. June 8th. Are they freaking kidding me? What just happened in Boston? Did they forget? Okay, they were set in fourth row in Jordan last week behind other dignitaries and the bride and groom favorite cashier at McDonald's. Imagine what will they be set here in the US. They get put in the parking lot in the US. Okay, then they already went to America last year. That's what I'm saying. The British media told us that they were very popular in the US, but now their popularity is set to soar. Make it make sense. Honestly, I think at this point they are saying anything to distract attention from Harry. It's exactly why I screenshot the post instead of sharing the link. Don't want to give them that traffic they so desperately need. Okay, their attempt at affectionate gaze flop miserably. Okay, it's painful to see. All right, so I don't know what they're talking about, that they popular. What was it the other day? Newsweek. It's in one of those videos. Newsweek did a poll that Harry and Meghan or something is more popular. All right, next tweet. Wow, Carole Middleton put the blame on others to cover herself and is not shy to lie. Who took her business to the US just a few months ago? Let's see here. What are they saying now? Okay, the date is June 23, 9th, yesterday. Okay, Carole Middleton is deeply upset by collapse of Party Piece's business. Princess of Wales' mother is said her company is being sold off after going bust with $2.6 million pound debt, but admit she's been naive. So who is she blaming that? Isn't she the one who's running the thing? Naive for what? That you didn't make the right, I don't know. The thing that I think I raised with her taking a loan during the COVID, okay, nobody was celebrating around COVID. Why would you take that loan? But then again, everything, when you look at the atmosphere, the things that was going on around this time, you will think they'll be in power forever. But they never thought of what if things change. Alright, so they saw a way of, I don't know, grabbing money while it was available. My goodness. The friend claims, quote, the truth is Carole had stepped back from the business over 3 years ago, trusting the day-to-day running to a new management team. Wait a second. Now I see what the person was saying, blaming it on others. But even still, when you are running a business, you need to take care of things. This is why I sold my property. When I realized, when I try to do certain things, I put people in place to do certain things. They're not doing it. So instead of getting, being under the ground, losing money and things is not taken care of, and then I'm gonna be in the minus. Okay, I rather sold it before it gets worse. So yeah, she's blaming it on somebody, but it's still yours. You have to look over the person to make sure it's being done. What you want to happen is happening. Okay, it's her business. Even if she hires someone to take care of the business, it's her job as the owner to make sure everything on the right track. There's no excuse. What exactly was she doing in those 3 years? Hibernating? I don't know. There's this. LOL. A couple of months ago, they were claiming that she wanted to step away from being a businesswoman to focus on being a grandma. Those squad always have receipt. Is that the same picture that they used on the other one? No, that's the... Oh, yeah. There's the picture here. Yep, they got the same picture. Oh, my goodness. Exclusive. Kate Middleton's mother, Carole, is calling it a day on the party that made her a fortune. Party pieces made millions. Okay, so where are those millions? My goodness. Made millions, but tough trading and a desire to spend more time with them royal grandchildren has led them taking the dramatic step. When was that? April 7 April 2023. Carole Middleton ready to step away from work to enjoy being a granny. Carole Middleton will step back from party pieces to enjoy her time, but it's been a decision she had taken a while to come. They're trying to make a slow getaway, but the embarrassment is there. My goodness. Carole Middleton has decided it's time to step away from her life as a businesswoman and focus on being a granny. Insider has claimed. Whatever. You know what? Yeah, that's her baggage. I don't even want to read this. You see what's there? That's it. Let's move on. They're lying to themselves. At the end of the day, it's up to Britain to make sure whatever loan these people got, they're not the recipient, to help flip the bill. All right, next tweet. To King Charles the Turd. Charles, have you heard a large portion of Commonwealth Canada is on fire? President Biden has sent 600 firefighters and equipment. Why has UK sent no aid? South African fighters are there. Where are you? Said Little King. The reason I bookmarked this is that many times I've asked this question, especially the Caribbean Commonwealth. I've said, when they have a natural disaster, do the UK send people to help, or do they send aid, or this kind of thing? That's the reason I bookmarked this. Okay, the US is sending equipment, firefighters, and funds. That's why Canada will be next to ditch Charles. Australian firefighters are also there. They left on Thursday. Stay safe to all the firefighters, no matter where you're from. What was it the other day? New York, New Jersey, any state in the United States that were close by. Oh my God, the fume that was there is like orange. I wasn't very well aware of that. It's when my kids came from school, they were telling me about it. But when I look at the window, even before my kids came, I thought it was cloudy, it was gonna rain or something like that. So when they told me, I brushed it off, but my husband came home and I was like, what? My goodness. Yeah, it was bad. It affected some states that's close to Canada. Right. And we told my kids to wear their masks when they go out. I think yesterday was pretty good. I went out when I went to do my hair. It was clear, but it's still polluted out there. So much so for Supreme Head of Commonwealth countries. USA is not even a member, but here she is helping out massively. UK always ready to move their suitcases to stuff them with dollars back home. Yep. Why he can't send because he doesn't have a political power and he is currently hiding away somewhere. But guess what? The wording, okay, he is the head. I think he could convince and make suggestion. Has he make any of that? Okay, these are the things that if you want a position, you have to have a say. All right, I'm sure he could suggest it and then have Parliament to vote on it. Okay, there's that. All right, so I understand he doesn't have full power. I'll put the screenshot of that shows the description of the type of government that they have. But I'm sure if he worries about that, he could speak to whoever the prime minister is at the moment, Sunak or something his name is, right? Sunak, Rashid Sunak. Speak to him and make a plan. And this is how people like you, to make some tough decision. My goodness. Okay, then Parliament could vote on it. All right, next tweet. Okay, Nicholl, the Windsors believe this is not going to end well for Prince Harry. All right, there's another, there's a video that I think I have it. I don't know if it's next, but this person, I mentioned it on my last video that I was recording when I was reading the witness statement. Everybody is warning Harry, don't do this, don't do that. But when you're reading the witness statement, the pain that this guy was going through, invading into every move that he made, now he's doing something about it. Now, people's calling foul. All right, so let me read the first paragraph of this. The link of this will be in the description. Okay, so Nicholl, Windsor believe, quote, this is not going to end well for Prince Harry. God will make sure Harry has the life that he's been searching for. God will protect them. Okay, Katie Nicholl returned to Vanity Fair this week to give an exclusive on Prince Harry's appearances in London court and his case against Mirror Group newspaper. Nicholl has few, if any, sources in the Sussex's camp, but she's proving time and time again that she has excellent sources in Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace, which makes the Vanity Fair exclusive kind of interesting. The quote she has about Harry's ballsy campaign to change the way the British press operate are all basically repurposed from what Harry has said himself. The added flavor comes from the fact that King Charles and Prince William are clearly monitoring the progression of Harry's many lawsuits, and they're scared shitless. Some highlights. Okay, let's see here. Okay, what Harry hopes to achieve, according to a source close to Harry. Okay, this I'm gonna leave it for you to read. According to a source, you will not know. If it doesn't said in the court document, nothing. Okay, they don't know shit. All right, so like I said, let me read the first paragraph. That's it. They don't know anything that's going on with Harry's thing. If Harry doesn't say it in court or in that witness statement that I'm reading for you guys, and I'm still have some more to read, they don't know what's going on in Harry's camp. Okay, this pic remind me of his grandpa. Okay, meanwhile, they're working hand over fist to end that tyrannic monarchy, to generation to adulterers. Okay, since when did God, who created the world, take instruction on what to do from a Windsors? What they think or believe, let them continue to console and comfort themselves in their cowardice and criminality. They have been completely exposed as cowards. Okay, isn't Nicholl one of the alleged criminals who was using information illegally gathered? We believe she's a liar, telling the world that Prince Harry long harbored a crush on Meghan Markle as a Sud viewer, except it turned out he never watched Sud though. His brother and sister-in-law were viewers. Okay, so Windsors saying they bought a judge then. There's the thing. Yeah, yep. If not, their belief are worthless. Okay, why? Are they planning another Diana tragic ending for him? That's the other thing. We have to send our prayers. What therefore God hath joined together, let not men put asunder. Matthew 19:6. Okay, after this, yeah, I believe that too. I wonder what they, the firm, Windsor, and UK government have planned for his demise. We must pray diligently for his safety. Yep, we all know. The same Katie Nicholl who said Harry was avid suit watcher when it was actually William. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so there's this here. I shared this video on that witness statement because it brought my attention. These people, they have let's say Charles have people of all places to do his bidding for him.
Mrs. Barker-Bowles is a great friend of mine. I have a large number of friends. I'm terribly lucky to have so many friends who I think are wonderful and make the whole difference to my life, which would become intolerable otherwise.
This is one of those people, in my humble opinion. Okay, Prince Harry, in my opinion, is damaging the institution that is the British legal system. How is that? The legal system is there for everybody. Anybody who have any issues, you could use the legal system to hear your plea. Now, depend if you have a case, you back up whatever you claim. Hopefully, the judge see the way you see things. All right. How is it damaging the legal system when all those pain, the headlines that were saying some stuff about young men without a mother? Where was this guy to speak and tell the paper to stop saying these things about Harry? Where was he? But now that Harry is a man, he's protecting himself and his family because the same nonsense continues. They will not leave his family alone.
Piers, if you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
I will always protect my family, and now I have a family to protect. So everything that she went through and what happened to her is incredibly raw every single day, and that's not me being paranoid. That's just me not wanting a repeat of the past. So he's taking a stand, but you have this old man where he should be worrying about retirement. Okay, counting his money, whatever he had accumulated. Okay, go enjoy those money something, but he's trying to undermine, okay, the future, what should be a fair
and approach for the future for those kids, and he's trying to undermine it. All right, so let's listen to it. It's 31 seconds.
I actually think this is a car crash for British justice, for the British justice system, because this is actually...
Because he said the car crash, we need to send a prayer. Diana, do your thing. Don't ever let anything happen to your family, Harry's little family, the same way that had happened to you. Send it to senders, okay? Whatever he might say it in that sense, whatever the thought he had, send it back to him. All right, let's start all over.
I actually think this is a car crash for British justice, for the British justice system, because this is actually quite laughable what is happening here if it wasn't so serious.
Okay, it's not laughable. Okay, you have people who are being tormented, terrorized by these papers, so it's not laughable. Okay, it's not laughable. Someone needs to put a stop to it.
The Prince Harry, in my opinion, is damaging the institution that is the British legal system, because he's using it and abusing it. And you are completely right when you were talking about the influence of lawyers keeping this alive, because they have made millions. I actually think...
Okay, let me read my comment here. Oh, I didn't read my comment. Where was my comment? Oh, let me open a new one, because someone had liked it. I don't want to lose where I was. Someone had liked it, and I was able to come across it really quickly. Okay, so the 2 people have liked it so far. This is my comment to his. Okay, I tweeted it out. Okay, IPSO ignored all of his claims. No one wanted to listen to him. We've seen the headlines about him over the years. Where were some of these people when the papers were abusing a teenage without his mother? Now this is a car crash. How much can a man take? God will protect them. Okay, so that was my answer to that. Okay, let me read some more comment here. The more men like this come for Harry, the more it shows Harry was right to pursue his claim. It's not like Harry is the only person bringing a claim, and they have already admitted illegal information gathering. Why didn't Piers Morgan testify? Okay, so there's that. There's an article here. This man probably has... Oh, there it is. Oh, I forgot it was there. 3 people like it. There it is here, my comment. I thought maybe I did tweet it out. I don't know. But anyway, let's read. This man probably has links to hacking. I don't know who he is, so I don't know. That's the only reason these old rancid white men make this type of argument. William the Coward, who took hush money from Murdoch, has damaged the monarchy. His gumless. Okay, that's the thing I just read. 2 people like it. Calling this a car crash for British justice is pretty off, especially for the ex-deputy editor of the News of the World. Oh, is that what he is? Okay, so they wanted things to continue. Okay, driving individuals, Brits, the little people who cannot take the papers on, okay, driving them insane every day. You don't know who's gonna listen to your conversation and then use it against you, publishing it to the world. So you want people to live like that? My goodness, there needs to be a stop to it. Notice how they use inflammatory, sinister terms like car crash. We see what you are doing. You are disgusting humans. And we know you all had a hand in the death of Diana from the top to bottom, you know. Alright. Speeders aren't happy that Prince Harry suing press media institution for their unethical behavior. Okay, let's see here. And yet the judge has let the lawsuit proceed. Okay, if I thought they were hearing their argument to see if it could go forward. Okay. If he was abusing the courts, then wouldn't the lawsuit have been thrown out already if it was without merit? Let's see here what they say here. Considering one righ has already publicly apologized and admitted they've done exactly what Harry's suing others over, yeah, I'll say that there's evidence. All right, let's read some more. After this, that's it. Okay, why are all these bizarre people only focusing on Harry? He isn't the only person involved in this suit, which primarily focuses on phone hacking. A British citizen saying they're okay with eavesdropping. That's the thing. Okay, who has made millions? There's that. All right, let's go to the next tweet. These people are ridiculous. All right, so there's that. What is going to happen to Prince Harry? Why the Windsors believe, quote, this is not going to end well, end quote, for him. All right. Our prayers, sent out to protect him. He deserved the happiness that he wants for his life, his family. Okay, Diana, do your thing up there. But the thing is that those people, why they don't leave him alone? They told Harry's wife to go back to America.
Piers, if you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
This is someone he married to, he loved, he had a child with at that time. Now they have 2 children together. So he wants to be there as a family, the family he always wanted. So why didn't they leave him alone the minute he moved to America? Why didn't they leave him alone? But they continue. So God is good, okay? God is good. Are they hoping this will damage Harry's reputation? He put up with that for years. Or is this time kind of a vile threat? Okay, I would love to know what it means. Okay, I'm not liking the sound of that. God is good, all right? God is good. We will pray for his protection, and God makes sure everything that Harry wants, he shall get, because they deny him the happiness that he wanted since his mom passed. All right, so he will get it. He deserves it, and he's gonna fight for it. All right, our shield and protection shall be there for them to enjoy the life they deserve. Say, I'm not liking the sound of this. I can't hear King Charles. There are particular cases and scenarios in which we allow the media to run our lives. I fear this will not end well, darling boy. Okay, so return to sender. Okay, they mean exactly what they did to his mother. The whole world knows and sees it too. They already tried it in New York. That's right. They did. And the best thing that they did when they couldn't pursue them, I mean, the people he hired, they were in the right space to say, okay, the taxi maybe don't have that skill set to drive the car when these people are chasing them. What did they do? They go sit at a police station. This is when I first came across this, when I was reading it or heard it, I don't know. I remember thinking, oh my goodness, who thought of this? To be at the mindset to say, let's go sit at a police station to avoid all of that. At least there's a record of it, knowing that they were there. Okay, why are you spreading gossip? I mean, if they're saying it, look at that other guy I just read saying car crash and his statement. All right, let's go to the next tweet. I see I put stars next to it. Maybe it's for me to put on my community board. Let's see here. Okay, so there's this here. Royal Suitor. Harry's mission is incredibly important. How can you have a democracy if one of the legs on which democracy rests, a free and independent press, has been bought? This is the thing I've always saying. I mean, I love when the squad are explaining things in a much better sense, because I'm not a analyst in politics. But you see the thing. Like I always compare the 3 branches of our government. Each one of them should be checking each other out. All 3 cannot be on the same page. If all 3 are on the same page, it should benefit the people, not them individually. Okay? If the scenario of all 3 being on the same page is to agree for the country to move forward. But when one of them decided to be more powerful than the other, no. This is where the check and balance comes. Okay? So this is what I see here. So let's read voice to the thing here. Harry's mission is incredibly important. How can you have a democracy if one of the legs on which democracy rests, a free and independent press, has been bought? How can you claim your country is okay if a tabloid press is an attack dog for right-wing billionaires? Okay? So this is our archive. Usually these are very small. It's hard for me to read. Oh, this one is pretty good. Okay. Let's read. Oh, sometimes she put the good parts on a thread. Okay, maybe she did that. All right, let's read the right. So the link will be in the description. Okay, the next generation who've grown up with their eyes forcibly open by the destruction wrought on their future, on the future of the planet, with unstoppable job, no prospect of owning their own homes, soaring costs, or on Harry's side and Meghan's side, on the side of decency and truth. Okay, likewise, if the press is silent without a free press, it will instead be commissioned by those with wealth and political agendas to press home their agendas without challenge, which is even more concern. All right, let's see here. I think I need to go on the article. Currently, those wealthy people with political agendas to press home that you want held to account are the owners of the newspapers. That's a far bigger concern, and one should share. Okay, there's the other less handsome prince and his stick wife, frantic to do the right white thing, who, while stabbing his younger brother in the back, dropped his own action against the tabloid for a putain £1 million. Harry call for reform is an incredible, powerful one. Tremendous piece. Okay, so let's read it. I think this is worth reading. I need to know what it says. Usually once I'm done with the recording, I don't have time to go back to read. There's so many articles I need to read. I think some of the articles that I've put on my community board for you guys to check, I haven't had time to go back to them. So let's read it while I'm there. Okay, let's face it. The battle in the UK between Prince Harry and the royal family and the tabloid press have everything a good Shakespeare play or unredacted grim fairy tale might. Okay, there's a handsome prince whose beautiful young mom was hounded to death, cut loose by the royals when she opened her gab. Okay, there's a wicked stepmother having it off with the king-to-be even as he was on his honeymoon. We didn't have a blowjob at the night before. It was at noon. That's the one she's making reference to. Okay, there's the handsome prince, beautiful biracial wife, whom the royal wants titular and beneficiary head of the British slave trade are so jealous of they can hardly bear to share space with, whom they have fed to the tabloid biz like live meat. Okay, there's the other less handsome prince and his stick wife. Oh my god, his stick wife, frantic to do the right thing, who, while stabbing his younger bro in the back, dropped his own action against the tabloid for a reputed £1 million. Nice. Last week, the drama moved up a gear, with a prince flying in from America and heading into the court in London to face down the beast. Hooray. British journalism, he says, has, quote, been hijacked by incredible powerful media companies who masquerade as journalists, who have hijacked journalistic privilege for their own gain and agenda, end quote. He should know, having hunted his mom for years, the tabloid turned their sight on him, blaring out every teenage stumble, but it was when he got together with Meghan they went into jingoistic overdrive. Remember the jab the day they left hospital with their newborn, when a comic at the BBC posted an image of a chimpanzee holding hands with a well-dressed couple with a tagline, "Royal baby leave hospital." Okay, or that guy in his 60s who last year wrote he would like to see Meghan walk naked through the street while he chucked lump of excremented at her. Or when they say she was causing famine by eating avocado, or that the book she put together with survivor at Grenfell Tower tragedy was done by terrorists. My God, they all are baggage for God. Okay, the author is giving example. Right, after months of vitriol and no support, rather the opposite. Harry and his missus, very sensible left. American listened to what had happened to them in astonishment and horror. Objective. Okay. The dumbing down of journalism of once famous Fleet Street began with Rupert Murdoch, arrived in 1969. Since then, newspaper after newspaper has fallen into billionaires' clutches, billionaires who now control over 80% of British media, who don't live in England, don't pay taxes in England, are feared by everyone and accountable to no one. Okay, they make their billions from stories that stoke people's most primitive fears, sowing hatred, lies, racism, misogyny, and foregathered by any means. Okay, there's some quote here. Let's see here. It's very small. No one wants to have been phone hacked. Prince Harry tells court he will feel some injustice if hacking claim rejected. Samuel Fishwick, more like a boy than a man. Prince Harry crumble in the witness box. Prince Harry's legal team quizzes royal reporter on claim editor Piers Morgan injected detail into her stories. Okay, it was the hacking of missing teen Miley Darwell phone that shocked people awake and lay bare the systemic scale of hacking culture, from reporters to top exec. Okay, to top exec. A few heads roll temporarily. The news of the world was shut down. Rupert Murdoch appeared before a parliamentary committee to say it was the most humble day of his life, whatever that means. Okay, a guy almost managed to pie him, which would have been marvelous. Sadly, his young wife, Wendy Deng Lipton, I remember that video. Okay, the same wife was dumped overnight when Rupert suspected she was doing more than playing tennis with Tony Blair. But there you go. I don't know about that. These people make the character of Succession seem like nice guys. Really? Were they? Oh my God. Things went back to the old normal. The Leveson inquiry into press ethics was shelved. Marilyn Monroe's parents and celebrities such as Hugh Grant and Sienna Miller were paid off. The press, quote, in bed, end quote, as Harry puts it, with the government and the royal carry on as before. If anything, worse than before. Boris Johnson was hurried into Downing Street. The Brexit vote was swung, thereby tanking the economy and destroying normal life for hundreds of thousands of ordinary people, leaving Britain basket case politically and economically isolated on the world stage. The collusion was now public and celebrated. The thing that they were trying to do. When you look at Trump, okay, when these were happening, Brexit and all of that, when Trump was in office, what Trump was doing, almost the same thing, removing America away from those alliances. Okay, some key alliance, I can't think of it right now. In one video I remember top of my head, but right now I can't think of anything. All right, some agreement the US had with other countries, Trump was removing the US from that. Same thing. But what did we do? The people put a stop to it. Okay, and when you look at it, it's really bad that the UK didn't see that. It's really bad that the UK didn't see the same thing that was happening. Well, it started way before that, to say the least. I think since, could easily, when was that thing? Could be easily 20, well, let's just put it, right after Obama got elected. Right after that. And they went to work. Okay? But let's continue. The collusion was now public and celebrated. The press corps that had backed Brexit was giving a lavish dinner of thanks. Jeremy Clarkson published his ghastly old man wet dream of chunking excrement at a naked Meghan Markle days after Camilla Parker Bowles hosted a lunch attended by Clarkson and fellow mudslinger Piers Morgan. Baggage for God. Piers Goose, tough maybe cook, with last week revelation by a former Daily Mirror royal reporter that he will regularly inject material into her stories, materials that came from the palace or from hacking. She can't remember. It did matter. The allegations were enough. Okay, accusation of phone hacking using private investigators, blackmail, bribing friends, and this is something, just in case some of you may not know, that person who came to court to talk about that, the judge had ordered her. Okay, so they subpoenaed her to come. She didn't want to come, but the judge had ordered her to show the court, to be questioned. Okay, that person, I don't remember her name. I had a video of her walking into court on that day.
After the Duke of Sussex finished giving evidence, the Mirror's former royal correspondent Jane Kerr was sworn in. Records suggest she commissioned private investigators at least 900 times to find out people's personal information. Prince Harry's lawyer, David Sherborne, asked her, "You didn't want to come to court, did you?" She answered, "No."
There are three ways that a witness can turn up to a courtroom. One, voluntarily. Two, by subpoena, which is the other side getting a court order to turn you up. But what's happened here is neither of those first two, that the judge himself has ordered her to turn up. So the reason why she's giving evidence is because the judge, of his own volition, has ordered her to come.
How unusual is that?
Well, I can't honestly remember that ever happening before. It's quite extraordinary.
Okay, so she was the one who said Piers Morgan had injected information in her piece. Okay, and truth. Okay, what is that? Accusation of phone hacking using private investigators, blackmail, bribing friends and family to obtain private information on celebrities, politicians, actors bubble away until 2019, when the prince, fearing for his and his young wife's sanity, threw down a gauntlet. "You bastard made my mom's life unlivable. Now you are trying to do the same to my wife and I'll see you in court." Okay, and truth. Harry's mission is incredibly important. How can you have a democracy if one of the legs on which democracy rests, a free and independent press, has been bought? The US need to do the same thing too, because some of these people own too many newspapers. Okay, let's see here. But the only thing is that the US tends to be a little bit more proactive, and people usually hold them accountable. Look what happened, for instance, Fox News versus Dominion. Okay, Dominion won. They had to settle. Fox had to settle out of court for billions of dollars. Okay, how can you claim your country is okay if a vicious tabloid press is an attack dog for right-wing billionaires? Harry's call for reform is an incredible, powerful one. Luckily for him, he has the means, the motive, and the balls to make it. The tabloid crowing about his lack of, quote, hard evidence, end quote, and court last week missed the point. The next generation, who've grown up with their eyes forcibly opened by the destruction wrought on their future, on the future of the planet, with unstable job, no prospect of owning their own homes, soaring costs of everything, are on Harry's side and Meghan's side, on the side of decency and truth. They see the old order crumbling and they're happy. Long live Harry and his meaningful Meghan. They should have left Meghan alone.
A family worth reuniting about. I don't think they really did that much for him, to be quite honest. I mean, Charles was more interested in his mistress when Diana died, and I think if he'd had the right people around him and the love that he needed, everyone thrives with the right people around him.
What are your thoughts on Prince Harry?
Anyone who can bag Meghan Markle is probably a good bloke.
So obviously he has all of his controversies and whatever, but at the end of the day I think he did what he thought was best for his family, and can't really blame him for that.
He's definitely not calculating, because anybody calculating would not have written the book or had it published. I think William would not have had that if it had been the other way around. I think William's a totally different mindset. But no, I really like Harry. Reminds me of his mum.
The squad been saying that. And the other thing is that I remember talking in some other videos, you know, before all this were coming, when I watched some videos, YouTube videos, young people creating business, and I spoke about this Shark, that's the name of the business actually, apparel company. This young Brit who used to deliver pizza, and he make his business. Now he's close to as close, you could put his business almost as close to Nike, because he had the vision and he worked hard to do his thing and all of that. I don't know where it is right now. I haven't really following that much, but leading before the pandemic, before all of that, young people were trying to create a future for themselves. But when these powerful people realize people are working hard, they're making it, okay, they don't want other people to come in their status in order to crush them down. They rather mess up everything. Okay, and then they stay with their money. My goodness. All right, so that was a very good piece. The link of it will be in the description. All right, you could read it without me commenting. Right, let me read what's there, and then that's it. There's the other less handsome prince. Okay, so that's the quote. I remember reading that already. Harry's call for reform is an incredible, powerful one. Tremendous piece. Okay, so there's that part here. Okay, an excellent article. Truth matter, and the twisting of it has corrupt our nation. Thanks for sharing. Well said. Great article. All right, thank you for sharing. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. Yesterday I wasn't really on the computer for me to share some stuff with you, and it took me an hour to gather a lot of information. All right, next tweet. I'm gonna finish what I have here. The thing with Archie's birthday is gonna be on a video by itself, because I only have 2, 4, 5. I don't want it to continue on another video. Okay, Prince Harry is a man of immense wealth and privilege, so if they can treat him like shit, you better understand our lives unaccountable or out of control press can do a lot worse to you, and you can do nothing about it. Let's hope he wins. Okay, it'll be a win for you, that's for sure. Who's that? Okay, about 64 others follow him. A long habit of not thinking. I don't know who he is, but anyway, this is someone I blocked. What did they say? Okay, 200 plus Spotify employees laid off. No wonder why I blocked this one. Okay, 200 plus Spotify employees laid off have been Markle? What did Megan have to do with Spotify employees? The curse is real. Everything Marvel touch, oh God, turns to crap. Whatever. Okay, wow, you sound deranged. I know. Okay, her podcast has over 40 million listeners. She didn't have 200 employees. I know you think highly of her and the power she holds in the world, but that's a bit over the top. Look like you think about Megan a lot based on your timeline. I agree, there's that. It is everyone's interest to stand in solidarity with Prince Harry and those fighting against the media intrusion and abuse. Society is told they cannot take the law into their own hands, but the government will not do it for them. What happens to those without the resources to fight back? That's exactly that. Okay, they really forced Harry to do what he's doing right now. He called them an IPSO to review the nonsense. They ignore him. Okay, they claim the paper didn't do anything wrong. So he's been using the court. I've been telling you that. He's been using the court ever since. I don't know. These people, they have tons of money but no brain. At some point, maybe at least when Harry used to go and complain to them, at least give him a win here and there. But every single one of them, there's no win. So at some point, he has to go to the court. Alright, if you want to know how bad the British press is, read this story. They destroyed a disabled veteran's life because they found out that he was Harry's friend. The Mail never printed a retraction even after being proven wrong. Oh my God, did he sue them? Let's see here. They didn't care that our well-being was at stake. The paper just attacked. How the Mail on Sunday smeared the world record holding charity fundraiser and decorative veterans. Oh, yes. I have this on okay, I'm not gonna read it because I have it on PYTE. I think I even remember the thumbnails of it. I have his picture and his wife in it. Okay, so I have it. I know what it is about. Okay, I'll put the thumbnails of it. You could go check that video out. Okay, he is one of 100. Okay, you won his case to sue. If he doesn't win, I still admire him, and maybe the other 98 will have an impact as well. He at least brought it up on world stage by doing it. Yep, that's the whole point here. Everybody, did you see the amount of camera that was there when he was walking into court? Some people would rather hate him than see the truth. That's on them. Trump lawyer say we gotta get out of here. Okay, that's right. It went for us all. Okay, after this, that's it. Let me read at the bottom and up. That's what many British people don't understand. Leveson 2 would have been a real win. Okay, wealth, privilege, there's this. Not thanks. Okay, no thanks to his birthright. The firm has always treated him less than a domestic and their favorite scapegoat. Reason why nobody in the UK establishment respect him. But yes, he is fighting for everyone against British media. Go Harry. That's the big mistake that they made. I mean, these people, they make mistake after mistake. And I hope other people, you don't have to be high up there. If you have any children, you treat them all equally. Okay, so Harry never had anybody on his side, so this is what you get. And I'm surprised Harry, of all the amount, the infested negativity that was around him, for him to have that kind of moral integrity and honesty. Okay, it is very rare. I think a miracle just landed over there on him and took him out of there. Next tweet. The Duke of Sussex did not stay in London any longer than necessary. Love it. Okay, so where was this coming from? The independent journalism is supported by our readers. When you purchase through links on our site, we may earn commission. Alright, Prince Harry returns to US after hacking trial testimony without seeing William or Charles. The Duke of Sussex did not stay in London any longer than necessary, dashing back to Los Angeles on Thursday afternoon. I mean, every time he's in London, he can't wait to go back because this is something he's been wanting to. I'm telling you. Let's see here. Was he supposed to go and gravel to see them? Home. He rushed back home. Any father of small children and hot wife will do the same. I hope he get his collard green and Archie and Lily, you know, give him as much hug and kisses and say, you know, report on what his mom did to him with his dirty foot, why he has his dirty foot, and then after that get his spicy rice. I'm telling you, that horse better be written very well. Let me not go there. Let me not go there. He deserves all the love and affection. Miss Doria, get the collard green ready. I've said this in so many other tweets. Okay, Megan, I'm sorry. Archie's gonna ratted you out. You get his foot dirty for making him have so much fun. Okay, and then Harry will get you for making his little feet dirty for having so much fun. Okay. Okay, let me read what's there and then move on. Why should he? Charles was hiding in Romania and William will have found an excuse of some kind. Okay, I like the fact that can't say Charles and William snub him. Okay, he did what he had to do and went home to his family. They took his home anyway. Why should he go over there? And that's the thing. They did him a great favor. Take Fragmore away from him. I don't know. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? Harry literally said when he's in England, this will be his headquarters. This is where he will stay. But yet, they remove it from him. Like, there's no other place in the UK? Oh my lord. Okay, I like the fact that can't say Charles or William stubbed him. Okay, he did what he had to do and went home to his family. For what reason would he have stayed away from his little ones longer than necessary? Alright, so let me move on to the next one. Okay, there's this. Piers Morgan injected information into Prince Harry's story. Alright, I'm not gonna read the article. Alright, the Mirror former royal correspondent give evidence in Prince Harry's hacking court claims. Alright, so there's this. This I shared it and it's on my community board. I'm not even gonna read that. A journalist with a whistleblower source, groundbreaking. Okay, Prince Harry, I mean, hey, it's not only whistleblower. He had admitted of phone hacking himself. He had told other people how to hack people's phone. So Prince Harry and Piers Morgan injected me in my dream last night. Hubba hubba. Okay, make fun of it. Okay, so one person said Piers Morgan about the hacking and another one said that he injected info into her story. The math is really starting to math. Okay, so the truth is slowly coming out about Piers Morgan. Obviously, he is not going to take the stand. Okay, so there's this person here going to defend her website now. Okay, Piers Morgan. There's this. After this, I'm moving on. Okay, let's listen. It's another video before, but let's play it again.
This mission against.
It's gonna be a screenshot. Okay.
To pursue this mission against the press, he said it was a suicide mission, and Charles always has tried to keep the tabloids on side. Actually, rather to my own annoyance and bemusement, when I was working for the BBC, you know, a very senior royal correspondent at the BBC, I was excluded from parties and events. I remember one big party at Buckingham Palace. I wasn't invited as the royal correspondent. Piers Morgan was as the editor of the Mirror. David Yellen was as the editor of the...
Look at her face there. And the thing is that way before all of this came out, I stumbled onto that article that was discussing that. At first, I was looking for, I don't remember exactly what I was searching for. It's by accident I stumbled on that article. And then I was reading name and I was like, oh man, too many names. I almost stopped. And then when I put one and one together, I was like, oh shit. He's training William to get in bed with those papers. And that's the way I use it, as a training ground for William to be liked by the editors and all of that. But anyway, some of the names that he mentioned, something James Kern, Piers Morgan, was on that paper. So I'm aware of that.
Son, and I used to say to them, why? And why do you plant stories? And they did plant is a strong word. Give stories to the tabloids first. Why did you come to me and I'll broadcast and they can follow me? But that was never the way Paris worked. They love to pursue.
Alright, so it's playing over. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I'm on now in 12 minutes. I have 2 more tweets. Alright, so there's this here. When you fail to stand up for what is right and give in to the devil will have your soul. Prince William will never feel free from the UK press. They own him. Yeah, and all this, I said, it's not like I'm taking his side. He should have known better, okay? He was much older. He should have known better. But his father trained him to be that way. And I think they were aiming for one thing, okay, to forget Princess Diana, and then they're ending up with a bigger problem. Instead of just say the truth, but they train him to be that way. Okay, let's read some of the comment. Typical Prince of Wales, no backbone, alleged womanizer, not a proven traitor to his brother. She put a question mark here. Okay, to his brother and to all he is stood for, in my opinion, a true puzz. Okay, not my king, my sympathy. He has nothing to hide, unlike Harry. He has nothing to hide, unlike Harry. Are you sure about that? Harry has nothing to hide. He let everything out. They actually tell Harry to be quiet. Let me see here. What does Harry have to hide? Genuinely wondering. Yeah. Jeez. William filed a lawsuit against News of the World, which resulted in a police investigation that identified other people who were hacked, editor and investigator going to jail, and led to 2011 inquiry that shut the paper down. Don't think Harry's suit will do any much. Okay, that's fine, but this is something completely different. They were hacking his phone. So why did he take a £1 million? And to not pursue that? Should that be an example for him? What he did back in 2011, should that be a perfect example for him to continue that? Okay, to shut the paper down? Why didn't he follow through? Okay, I'm glad he did that, but what do? They went on, closed shop, open another one, and then the same process continue. Okay, so now something needs to be done about that. Very soon he will be preaching the gullible people about not giving up, about having will of your own. Okay, and he had made his union more formal by accepting, there's a thing here, a dowry of £1 million. Such union are difficult to get a divorce from. You make your bet, that's fine. But a British prince for $1 million, I believe that is quite the bargain compared to buying, let's say, a Republican senator in the US. Yep, they own his ass, and y'all know that a rather valuable piece of real estate for his rules, if you catch my drift, lol. Of course, Prince Harry said his brother and his father are trapped. That's that. Oh my God, I completely forget about that. That is true. Yeah, but the thing is that these people, if they just own their nonsense, admit to it, and then move on with their life, the thing is that, let's say they did something stupid, they find out, and someone tried to blackmail them. Guess what? They go on and do the same thing. And now those same nonsense keep on piling up. Instead of trying to stop, don't do it again. Okay, I hope the deal he made cover his children, their spouses, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. Okay, they don't just own him, but his children too. Yep. I don't know, unless one of them decided to do what Harry did to get themselves out of that nonsense. Okay, they don't just own him, but his children too. How many pieces of silver did Prince William get for selling his mother and his only brother? Okay, well, when you think about it, William never really considered Harry a brother, because even when he had his first child, when they asked him how he felt about Harry's first child, oh, I already have a nephew. So he never considered Harry any importance, but Harry was there to watch his back. He's a baggage for God. All right, next tweet. Okay, when did you know that Wink, that's William and Kate, were targeting Harry and Meghan? Me? I didn't really believe it until after the interview the Sussexes did in South Africa. Before that, I believe it was only in the courtier and the British media. Me? I put a video out. It was back in 2020. This is something I could not believe. This never happened to me. I didn't even know how to convey it, to put the word out. Just go watch that video. It has been done before. Okay, that's when I knew. Okay, at Louis' christening, then confirm with Meghan made Kate cry. Okay, what happened at the christening? Let's see here. Everyone followed a dress code while Meghan stood out. Clearly, she didn't get the memo. Yep, and the Queen's Jubilee in 2018. So notice Kate and Rottweiler color coordinated. I thought they were playing Mean Girls. They didn't fully realize it's a whole bloody institution back then. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Flyby, I thought it was shady that no one stood up for Meghan, but after that stunt, I knew Wink were behind the Meghan attack. Okay, at the Flyby incident, the visual of the Lambridges carrying their own luggage and then confirmed by the news of the empty plane. Okay. Okay, hardly to recall, I think after the Aussie tour. faces at the wedding, twisted crying article already, uncle comment, there's the thing here, a fake flight took me out. Okay, so for me, I have the video. That's when I knew when William was behind it. Next tweet. Okay, so there's this here. I think there's an audio. All right. Quote, my own countrymen and countrywomen showing such contempt, such vile disrespect to the women I love, and whenever I complain about it, privately or publicly, people just roll their eyes. Excerpt from Spare Prince Harry. Let's listen. It's 50 seconds. Let me move it back.
My own countrymen and countrywomen, I said, showing such contempt, such vile disrespect to the woman I loved. Sure, the press had been cruel to me through the years, but that was different. I was born into it, and sometimes I'd asked for it, brought it on myself. But this woman has done nothing to deserve such cruelty. And whenever I complained about it, privately or publicly, people just rolled their eyes. They said I was whinging, said I only pretended to want privacy, said Meg was pretending as well.
It's the same as this guy here. Okay, now he's doing something about it. This is what he said.
I actually think this is a car crash for British justice, for the British justice system, because this is actually quite laughable what is happening here if it wasn't so serious.
Exactly what Harry's saying. Okay, you have an old man who should have the concept and knowledge of understanding what's going on, what the press is doing to him, and this is the BS he's putting out there.
Serious. The Prince Harry, in my opinion, is damaging the institution that is the British legal system, because he's using it and abusing it. And you are completely right when you were talking about the influence of lawyers keeping this alive, because they have made millions.
Well, the paper made millions off of him. Harry is not abusing the system. He's using it. Okay, it's there, it's available. He's using it for the purpose of what it is stand for. All right, so let's continue with this. I had to put that down because it just said exactly what he was saying in the book. All right, I move it back slightly.
They said I was whinging, said I only pretended to want privacy, said Meg was pretending as well. Oh, she's getting chased, is she? Wah wah, give us a break. She'll be fine. She's an actress. She's used to paps. In fact, wants them. But no one wanted this. No one could ever get used to it.
Okay. It's playing over again. Let's read some of the comment. Oh, perfect. I'll read everything here. All these people who spew vile vitriol on social media are racist against his biracial wife and children. It is okay for William and Kate and kids, but Harry and Meghan are maligned for the same thing. They believe lies and they have turned into a racist mob. They attack their friends, family, charity. Sick. That's the heartbreaking. He must be so ashamed of his countrymen. No, he always make that reference. Okay, it's not the people, it's the tabloid who are doing all of this, who are racist, who all of that. He always stood up for the little people. He always stood up with the little people. But what the tabloid is doing, the tabloid is making it seems like it's the voice of the people. You understand what I mean? Like, for instance, me from the outside, sometimes when I read certain things, before I used to, lash out on the Brits. This is what you guys are helping. But when you look at the finer print now, okay, because now they are speaking out, wherever chances that they get. I've read some tweets where some Brits are speaking out, telling their part of their truth, their beliefs and things like that. You get to see it's not the Brits. Okay, like for instance, during I think the Euro 2020, Rashford, when he missed the shot and then the tabloid went after him and stuff like that, what did I see? What I saw was regular Brits. There was a mural that was painted on behalf of him. They went and put candles and I have it. Okay, I share that with you. So to let people know it's not all the Brits. Okay, but the tabloid will make anyone from the outside, like me before, will seem like this is the perspective of the Brits. But instead, it's the tabloid who's trying to make it seem like they're speaking on behalf of the people. And then you have the institution who should have been, this is their job to make tourism, right? To make people want to come to the UK and all of that. This is where they should have stand up for the people. But they instead, nope, they stay back, let the tabloid do what it needs to do, disrespect all Brits, okay? Put all Brits under the same umbrella and all of that. So, nah. Okay? Harry always make that distinction. I mean, Harry is doing exactly what the institution was supposed to do. Okay, speak out on behalf of the little people, speak highly of Brits and all of that. When you look at the work that he's doing, okay, this is huge. Invictus, this is huge. This is a huge plus for the UK. But what did the tabloid do? What did the royal family do? They make it seem like they're ashamed of him. I spoke about the Invictus Netherlands. Okay, nobody of high position came out to support. If there is, I don't know, but the one that I came across with was at the end of the Invictus game, and said whatever he said. I have it on video somewhere. Okay, but during the Invictus, I'm like, oh my God, where are the elected officials? Where are the royal family to boost the morality of the people? Whatever. There was a king over there. Well, Charles could have gone over there and hang out with the king, watching the game too. Okay, that would have been a huge plus for him. You didn't hear a damn. No one said a damn thing. Until the end, I came across somebody who said whatever he said. I don't even remember what he said. And I was like, where were you when those players really need the cheering to boost them, to make them do some extra effort among what they had? But nobody came. However, this is where the exception came. You have regular Brits, some Sussex squad in the UK, who went there to cheer them up. And it was a story of its own, where some of them, they forgot their passport. It was a mess from the squad. But they got together, they went and support their team, which they should. Okay, their team, support the Invictus family and all of that, and share some of those things that they went through with us. And I share it with you. Go on my PYTE channel. You will see that. Okay, so the institution, what is it? He must be ashamed of the countrymen. No, it's not the people. Okay, so I went too far with that. Okay, the world needs more men like Harry. He's a man of his word, that's for sure. Said that is what abusers always use to justify abusing their victim. Quote, they will get over it, or they are pretending or acting. Okay, so I'm done. I have more tweets is regarding some bike Archie got for birthday. I'm gonna stop right now. I'll do another video. I don't know when, but I'm kind of tired. I've been recording for a while. So let's do a prayer for this video. This video might even turn into 2 because it's an hour and 26 minutes. Prayer. Let's do protection, okay? Because the kind of nonsense they're throwing at him, he needs protection. Prayer for protection and family. Let's just put family, okay? Harry needed his family by himself. Which family? The one he created, the Montecito family. And family. Let's see what we have here. Okay, 15 powerful prayers for protection and your family. Let me rest and at peace. Let me feel your protection. Let me feel as if I'm under the shadow of your wings, safe, hidden, and secure in you. That's for sure. All right, I was looking for a bigger. Let's go to image. Let's do this one, the very first one. Dear Father, you are like a wing that shelters my children, strong with protection, soft with grace. You are like a shield that encircles them each day. They run free, and you are with them as they adventure. You are like a crown placed upon their heads, a symbol of sonship, of belonging, and of their adoption into your family. Lord, I place them into your great care and declare that they are yours. Amen. All right, let's do this one. Lord, thank you for my beautiful family. It worries me that I cannot protect them from all the evil in this world. I am on my knees asking for your help. Please watch over my family today. When they step out the front door, send an angel to guide them home safely and avoid any harm they may face. In Jesus' name, amen. I think I read this as well. Let's do this. Okay, and do that. There was something I saw. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, I think it was, I don't like the writing, the front of it. Okay, short prayer. Bless my family, God, that your power love and truth. Give them the strength they need to face any circumstances. Okay, I think this is the one that I will use on my thumbnails. This is simple and nice. Okay, give them, there it is here from here, give them the strength they need to face any circumstances. This is it. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And I need to work on my Patreon page, and I've spoke about it, but not strongly. When I do create the Patreon, they will have different tier, and the different tier is only because if you guys want to contribute more, but everybody's gonna have the same access. Okay, and I just want as much information that I could help put out there, and you guys appreciate it and you want to participate. Okay, so that's about it. Because YouTube, someone made me realize something, and in the comment is that because of some of the issues that I have with YouTube, it should not be the only place. Don't put all of my eggs in one basket. So that would be the only reason. I didn't think of it that way, but when you think of it, it makes sense. So that would be that, and Patreon is not free. Okay, so that is it, and I hope some of you will help contribute, okay, and help support me there. Okay, I'll try to be as reasonable as possible. Okay, maybe a $2.99, $5.99, and probably a $20 for those who feel like they want to give more. Okay, but you don't have to. You could do whatever you feel you could contribute, but everybody's gonna have the same access. Just know that, and don't expect, this is the key here. This was one of the reasons I didn't want to do it at first. Don't expect any special kind of viewership or special thing. Maybe sometimes, okay, I will say sometimes there are things I love to share with you, which I've done on Pure YTE when I had my membership there. I'll share something I did with my family, silly things that happen. Maybe once in a while I'll throw that, but it's not a guarantee. Okay, but I'm just letting you know, don't expect any exclusivity or special things, this and that, because no, it's only there because I want a different platform that could have some of my content, and you guys are willing to help support me. That's it. Okay, no special viewing. All right, so that is it. Let me get to editing because I have a lot. Thanks for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
Go.
I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.